One day, Boss Crab took off his thick crab shell and got into a mysterious insulated box. Just then, SpongeBob happened to pass by and deliver burgers to Patrick and heard a strange sound from the office. The anxious SpongeBob thought that Boss Crab was in danger and rushed into the office. As a result, the scene in front of him almost collapsed. Boss Crab turned into an empty shell. When Patrick saw the scene, he thought Boss Crab's shell looked delicious. SpongeBob was crying sadly for Lau Crab in the restaurant, but he suddenly had an idea. Maybe filling the internal organs with Boss Crab may bring him back. So he immediately went to find a bucket of octopus paste and prepared to implement a resurrection plan. They injected octopus paste into the Boss Crab's shell, but there was nothing to react. SpongeBob suddenly tried to activate him with lightning. After that, Boss Crab's shell began to grow slowly, but this resurrected Boss Crab actually became stupid. At the same time, the real Boss Crab crawled out of the insulated box and found that his shell was missing, so he quickly sneaked out of the restaurant and returned home. The shellless boss of Crab surprised Pearl and her friends. SpongeBob takes the silly new Boss Crab to date Mrs. Bubble, but the real Boss Crab is late. When he arrived, Mrs. Bubble had already left. In the restaurant, Mrs. Bubble was surprised by the new owner of Crabs and felt that he had become completely different. At this moment, the real Boss Crab rushed in and asked angrily, "Who is the fake?" SpongeBob and Patrick were completely confused about the situation. They tried to stop Boss Crabs. Outside, everyone had begun to doubt that the real Boss Crabs was fake. At this time, Brother Octopus passed by and couldn't help laughing at their stupidity. Then, Mrs. Bubble appeared with the silly Boss Crab, and the two Boss Crabs began to have a fierce showdown.
Loves to fight and meatloaf.
Finally, the silly Boss Crab fell down and his soul escaped from the shell. The real Boss Guy finally took back his shell and went on a date with Mrs. Bubble again.